Welcome to the deep dive. We take complex stuff and try to make it make sense.
That's the plan.
Today, we're really getting into something critical. Privileged access management. PM.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like building the walls and guard towers for your digital kingdom. We've got some pretty detailed sources here, a guide on PAM policies specifically.
Right.
And our mission today is to pull out the absolute must-know insights, why these policies are just, well, fundamental for cybersecurity.
Absolutely. It's about protecting those key accounts.
Exactly, the ones that hold the keys, right? So PM helps stop cyber threats getting a hold of those. By the end of this, you'll get a clear picture of how this stuff really strengthens security, cuts down risks. Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, it's so vital. I mean, today, PAM isn't really optional, is it? It's essential for compliance, for risk, just for staying operational.
Sure.
We're going to look at the practical policies, the ones that make a real difference.
So where do we start? Policy number 1 seems like the foundation stone, the least privilege policy.
Cornerstone, yeah.
In simple terms, it just means you only get the access you absolutely need for your job, nothing extra. Often done through RBAC, role-based access control, right?
That's the common mechanism, yes.
Sounds simple, but why is it so hard to get right consistently?
Well, that's the tricky part, isn't it? It sounds easy, but organizations often grant just-in-case access. You know, maybe they'll need it later.
Ah, yeah.
But the thing is, even one account with too much privilege, if it gets compromised, that can unlock everything. It doesn't matter how good your other locks are.
So it's not about being mean with access, it's about being precise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Strategic precision. It shrinks the attack surface, limits the damage if something does go wrong.
Okay, makes sense. And, well, you can't protect something if you don't know it exists.
Precisely.
Which leads right into the next one. Privileged account discovery and inventory. This policy says you need a full list, kept up to date, of all privileged accounts. And, crucially, it mentions human and non-human accounts. Service accounts, things like that, needs regular checks, audits. Are companies really tracking all of those? Especially the non-human ones.
That's often a huge blind spot, honestly. Many places just don't have a complete picture. Especially those ghost accounts maybe left over from people who've left, or service accounts nobody remembers setting up.
Right.
And those are gold mines for attackers. Silent backdoors. It's like, securing a house, but you're not sure how many windows there are.
Okay, scary thought. So, once you know what you need to protect, how do you actually guard the door? That brings us to 2 policies together, privileged credential management and multi-factor authentication.
MFA.
The gatekeepers. Yeah. Credential management means strong, unique passwords, automatic rotation, storing them safely in a vault.
Yep.
And MFA means needing that stuff in check, right, for all privileged accounts, maybe even adaptive authentication for riskier logins. This seems like a major hurdle sometimes.
Oh, it is. But think of it like this. A password is one lock. A good one, hopefully. But MFA is like adding a completely different type of lock to the same door.
Okay.
So even if someone steals the password, maybe phishing, they still can't get in without that second factor. And the automatic rotation, the vaults that takes human error, human forgetfulness out of the equation, reduces credential theft.
And adaptive.
Adaptive is smart. It looks at context, logging in from a weird place at a strange time. It asks for more proof. It's dynamic risk assessment. Adds layers.
Okay, layers make sense. So access is tighter. But what about watching what happens after someone gets in with those privileges?
Ah, yes. Vigilance.
That leads to session monitoring and recording, and privileged access logging and audit. Monitoring means watching, recording privileged sessions. For audits, forensics, maybe real-time alerts.
Exactly.
And logging means detailed records of everything privileged users do. For compliance, incident response. Often plugged into SIEM systems, right? Security information and event management.
Absolutely. It creates that indispensable audit trail. Think about investigating a crime without any evidence, no cameras, no entry logs. Impossible, right?
Right.
These policies make investigations feasible, fast. It shifts the mindset from only prevention to also detection and response. It's accountability.
Yeah.
And, just knowing you're being watched can deter misuse. It changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is a more, let's say, modern approach. Challenges the old ways. Just-in-time access, JIT, and privileged access approval and workflow.
Big shift, yes.
JIT means you only get privilege when you need it for a limited time, not permanently, often automated, right? Provisioning, taken away again. And the approval workflow adds that layer of needing sign-off, manager, system owner, whatever. With a clear trail of requests, this must feel really different for IT teams.
It's a fundamental change from standing privilege. JIT cuts down the opportunity for attackers massively. There isn't that high-value access just sitting there waiting. It's moving towards zero standing privilege.
Zero standing privilege. Okay.
Yeah. And the approval workflows add that human check. Is this access really needed? It stops that just-in-case thing we mentioned. But the challenge is balancing security with speed.
Right. Agility.
Exactly. You need to grant access quickly in an emergency, but securely. It's a tough balance, but really effective when you get it right.
Yeah, balance seems crucial. Okay, let's look beyond just internal staff now. What about partners, vendors, and people changing roles?
Good point. The extended environment.
We've got third-party and vendor access, privileged access review and recertification, and privileged access deprovisioning.
3 critical pieces.
Third-party access needs strict controls, monitoring, temporary credentials maybe. Review and recertification means checking periodically, does this person still need this access? Automating removal if not.
Essential hygiene.
And deprovisioning is immediate removal. Someone leaves, changes roles, access gone. Automated to avoid mistakes. These sound administrative, but you're saying they're huge for security.
Oh, absolutely. A third-party access, that's often a major way attackers get in. You have to manage that trust carefully. And the reviews, the deprovisioning, think of it as housekeeping.
Okay.
Without reviews, you get privilege creep. People just collect access over time. Big target. And without proper deprovisioning, you get orphan accounts. Forgotten accounts with high privileges. Attackers love those. Seems basic, but often overlooked.
Makes perfect sense. So tidy house, less risk. What about the unexpected emergencies or the devices people actually use?
Right, the edges and the emergencies.
Emergency and break glass access and endpoint privilege management. Break glass sounds dramatic.
It is sometimes. It's for when you need immediate, maybe unrestricted access to fix a crisis, but it needs super strict procedures. Temporary accounts, heavy logging, review afterwards.
Got it. So controlled chaos.
Pretty much. You need the capability, but you can't let it become a permanent backdoor. And endpoint privilege management, that's about the laptops, the workstations, the last mile.
Removing local admin rights.
Exactly. Stop users being local admins on their own machines. Use application control, maybe elevate privileges just for specific tasks when needed. Protects that endpoint.
Because that's where malware often lands first.
Very often. Local admin rights are like handing malware the keys to that machine. Removing them is a huge win against common attacks.
Okay, nearly there. Last couple bring us right up to date. Cloud environments and keeping things going.
The evolving landscape.
Cloud privileged access and continuous improvement in training. Cloud PAM means making sure policies work across AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, whatever you use. Consistent security using cloud-native tools.
Yeah, essential. Cloud is different, dynamic, distributed. You need PAM strategies and tools that fit that model, keep things consistent across platforms.
And the last one, continuous improvement in training. Sounds like the job's never done. Updating policies for new threats, new rules, and training users.
It really never is done. Cloud brings new challenges, yes. But technology, any technology, isn't the whole answer. You need to keep policies current. And the training part is vital. People need to understand the risks, their responsibilities. It's about building a security-aware culture. The threats change, so you have to adapt constantly.
Wow, okay. So that's a run-through of 15 key PPAM policies. We went from the foundation,
Right.
least privilege, to identifying everything,
Yeah.
guarding access with credentials and MFA, watching activity using GIT,
Right.
managing vendors, cleaning up old access, handling emergencies, protecting endpoints, adapting to the cloud, and finally just keeping everything updated and training people.
It covers a lot of ground.
It really does. And the big takeaway seems clear. Doing this stuff properly isn't just tweaking security, it's a major upgrade. Reduces risk hugely, helps with compliance. It's about controlled, monitored access everywhere.
It's strategic defense.
Exactly. Our goal was to give you a shortcut to understanding this critical area. We hope this deep dive really helped clarify why PAM is so essential.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. These policies, they're a great framework, truly comprehensive. But the real challenge, day in and day out, is making them stick. Applying them consistently, adapting them as threats evolve.
Always evolving.
Always. So looking ahead, you have to wonder, right, with things like AI and maybe quantum computing on the horizon, how will those technologies change PM? Will they make enforcing these principles easier or perhaps a whole lot harder? Something to think about.